historian Uma Chakraborty has pointed out that in ancient India, Hindu religious codes like Stri Dharma and Pativrata Dharma prescribed sacrifice as an upper caste woman's sacred duty towards her husband. And we see this reflected in Hindu festivals like Karwa Chauth till today, where only women are required to fast for the health of their husbands. This thinking is not limited to religious beliefs. Popular culture reinforces the idea that for a woman to be good, she must make sacrifices for her family, prioritizing others' needs over her own. She can be the overworked mother, constantly caring for demanding kids, the devoted wife who lets go of her own professional pursuits to support her husband's career, and the chaste widow who sacrifices her own desires for the sake of her family's honor. A survey conducted by author Deepa Narayan found that even women who identified as feminists use words like mother, sacrifice, and giving to describe themselves, while men used words like leader or powerful. Studies show that this expectation of sacrificing for their families is so overwhelming that women in the paid workforce carry a deep-seated guilt at neglecting their responsibilities at home. Their dual role in the domestic and public spheres, referred to as the second shift by scholars, makes them feel like bad mothers, selfish wives, and absentee daughters for not sacrificing enough of their own needs for others. And this doesn't just take an emotional toll. A recent UN report shows that in countries facing conflict and hunger, women often eat last and least, sacrificing their health for their families. Women also do at least 2.5 times more unpaid care work and domestic work at home than men do, even when they're also doing paid work outside. And when they do earn an income, women choose to reinvest 90% of their resources back into their families because spending on themselves seems wasteful. But why do we end up valorizing the role of a sacrificing woman? The answer is quite simple, really. Families thrive on the unpaid emotional and physical labor of women in birthing, raising, and caring for children. Technically, this should be the most powerful role in society on which the very existence of the human race depends. But in a patriarchal society where power rests with men, this kind of labor is not given the material value that it is actually worth. In such circumstances, we've propagated this ideal of a good woman being sacrificing in order to condition women into performing unpaid labor and care work out of seemingly natural and noble intentions that entail putting others first because it's the right thing to do. Many scholars have argued that valorizing sacrifice makes women devalue their needs and reconciles them to their own oppression. And while we do need to undo and be critical of society's valorization of women's sacrifices, that doesn't mean we should dismiss the ideal of sacrifice altogether. In a world that is hung up on individual prowess, where loneliness is fast becoming an epidemic, valuing someone's ability to sacrifice and care for others emotionally and physically could actually be a great thing. Many feminists have argued that we should actually draw from women's experiences and roles to rebuild cultures so that we can actually facilitate people's abilities to care and sacrifice for others. So maybe instead of expecting women to make sacrifices because of their gender, let's reframe sacrifice as a virtue everyone aspires to, but no one is burdened to perform. That's it for our latest video in the Overthinking It series. If you enjoy overthinking with us, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the Swaddle, and don't forget to hit that bell icon so you stay updated.